from Sony and their Columbia Pictures, easy for me to say, branch, comes another recent 4K upgrade release of theirs. It is Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip, considered by many to be one of the more classic stand-up comedy routines of all time, probably next to Eddie Murphy's Raw, and other such things. The Martin Lawrence one that came out in the '90s, I don't remember it, but this is Richard Pryor, fresh off of a incident where he took a little too much gimmicks, we'll say, and ended up setting himself on fire. He addresses that here. He addresses a number of things. He talks about going back to Africa. He talks about his divorce. There's all kinds of comedic things here. Great stuff. I would give it like a 3.5 because it legit makes me laugh. And really, to be honest, a lot of these stand-up ones kind of leave you a little bit lacking sometimes. I feel like people are trying too hard. But Richard Pryor just had a way to do that naturally. He's just a naturally funny guy in his movies or in his stand-up. So, yeah, this one, kind of a shock to me that it got a 4K release. I didn't really expect this one to get a 4K release. But it did, and it's solid, and it looks nice. The only bad thing is there's like only a trailer. That's all you get, and it's in standard definition on the or regular HD on the 4K disc. But yeah, that's what you get. The classic art of it. There will be a code. Well, there would have been if I already used mine, but that's your disc art. Live on the Sunset Strip. Probably easily top 3, top 2 maybe. Comedic live performances for me. Although Richard Pryor did do a couple of other ones that I found equally as humorous back in the day, and I don't know if we've ever seen them even on Blu-ray, much less 4K. But this is the one that's kind of the famous one. It's the one that's kind of like considered by everybody to be the OG great one of it. And he talks about all sorts of subjects. Like I said, he kind of makes fun of himself for the bad luck he'd been having at the time, and his setting himself on fire, and all that wonderful stuff that happened around the time that this was released. And the original release for this was like 1982, I think it said, which I was born in '83, so this makes this thing like 42 years old. So yeah, 42nd, and you don't say so like 42nd anniversary or anything like that, but it's something that if you like stand-up comedy, this is something you want to see. Looks wise, it's pretty solid. It's he's on stage, one location, several camera changes, but the detail is there, and it was well shot for what it was, and it doesn't look dingy. It doesn't really look blotty. It looks pretty solid, so I'll give him credit for putting some good effort into this one, and it is out now. Richard Pryor live on Sunset Strip, from Sony. 3.5 out of 5. Check this one out.